Okay, so welcome to a new video in our Lodi interview series. In this interview, we will be talking with Sir Jet Toyco. Sir Jet has been trading for a while now, and in this interview, we talk about his views on trading, his views on success, his mentorship, and a lot of other things. So I hope marami kayong mapulot at matutunan along the way. This interview is a bit longer, so I decided to split it into two parts. Okay, and what you will be watching now is part one. Enjoy! Good evening, Sir Jet, no? So thank you po for your time to do this interview.
Of course.
Uh,
Thank you
so,
also for inviting me
yes,
in
of
the
course,
in this.
sir. When I was looking through yung mga mas nasusundan ng mga traders po sa Investa, isa po kayo sa mga una ko kaagad nakita eh. So nag-reach out
Wow.
po talaga ako sa inyo for that.
Yeah, I appreciate it as well na nag-reach out ka sa akin kasi I'm also willing to support anybody and to really help out the trading community as much as possible talaga. So it is just a good opportunity as well para sa akin.
Lalo na po ngayon, no? Medyo hindi po gaano kagandahan yung market lately, no?
Recently, yes.
So, how long have you been trading, sir?
I started trading back in 2014.
Mhm.
So I think that was 7 years ago. Pero I only really started becoming a trader nung 2016. So I think that was around 4 to 5 years ago, I believe. So
Mm.
which I started the stock market, but then I only got in serious sa trading nung sa forex market. And as of now, I do trade both markets. So yeah, around these times mga 4 to 5 years already.
So prior to this 4 to 5 year period, mostly all you did was investing po sa PSE.
Mm, Actually, when the first time I learned how to trade kasi it was in our college kasi ni-introduce sa amin in the university. So I
Okay.
initially started in trading. So I
Mhm.
think it was still in the bull market pa in 2014. So a few lucky trades here and there. And I think back in 2016 or 17, I did start mutual fund investing
Mhm.
on the sidelines, separate to my trading account. But then, since I'm still in my early stages in my career pa naman,
Mhm.
I decided to really be more aggressive into my investing. So I pulled it out sa mutual fund, not
Mhm.
because na hindi na returns, but I pulled it out to really leverage into my trading career talaga.
Okay. So right after college po, sir, did you decide to become a full-time trader or were you working and trading part-time?
That's actually a very good question
Mhm.
kasi uh, the reason why I really got into trading noong 2016 is
Mhm.
gusto ko maging full-time trader. And
Hmm.
that's because I was an undergraduate kasi, which means instead of continuing, kasi mahal eh. Our university was based in dollars kasi in that time tumataas yung dollars
Mhm.
and the finances in our family couldn't handle it. Hindi kaya. So
Mhm.
instead of using that to enroll,
Mhm.
to continue my studies, my parents supported me to go into trading. So that's where I decided to try to become a full-time trader. But of course,
Okay.
as you know, like trying to expect something in the markets na kailangan kong kumita, gusto ko maging full-time trader. After 3 months of trying to become a full-time trader,
Mhm.
that's where I experienced my first major loss. So I think that was around negative 50% of my account until I stopped trading. That was in the forex markets nung around early 2017, I believe.
Mhm.
So yeah, so that's where I tried to becoming a full-time trader until I realized na I started full-time trading in a bad environment.
Mhm.
Environment mean I was too pressured and I was trying to rely trading as my main source of income. I'm expecting something from the markets. So it was really a bad environment to trade. And of course, long story short though, is that I'm now a part-time a part-time trader,
Mhm.
and I decided that even though I'll become professional someday to scale up my business, part-time trading is, really for me because di mo naman kailangan maging full-time trader to be considered yourself as a successful trader naman eh. So
Yes.
it really depends on your lifestyle and your goals. So I think that's where I stand right now, which is a part-time trader. So who knows? I might go into full-time someday, but as of now, that's where I am right now in part-time trading.
So right now you're doing a business and trading simultaneously?
As of now, yes, on the sidelines, yeah, that's where I do trading, part-time
Mhm.
trading, and usually on my uh, daily job, I usually handle client support, mga
Mhm.
ganun. And I'm also a trading coach in a private trading coach in a trading program then. So that's
Hmm.
what I usually do when I'm not trading.
Pero tama po kayo 'no, yung market talaga meron siyang parang magic, eh, na kapagka alam ng market na kailangan mo yung pera, yun pa yung mas ayaw niyang ibigay. Pa Parang pinagkakait niyo talaga, pero kapagka wala dun yung pressure like yung na-mention niyo nga ho, parang mas madali, dumadali yung pagte-trade, dumadali yung pagpasok ng pera as compared na kapagka all the pressure is there na, "Oh, every month I need to make 50,000, 100,000 or whatever amount." Iba talaga yung pressure, 'no? Iba yung
Yeah,
nagiging decision making natin, yung process.
yeah, exactly. And I think it's all about shifting the focus lang naman eh. So at first I was focused on the rewards then the profit. But if you change your focus to the process and if you change your focus to the process,
Mhm,
then the rewards will eventually follow. And the rewards can be subjective eh. So for some traders they only see rewards as the money, the monetary value. But I do
mhm,
think the true reward in trading is the learning opportunity. So it's what you become in the process, the way you improve as a trader, your character, and also the wisdom you've learned sa market. Yun yung yung mga mas valuable rewards aside from money that most traders don't see. That's
mhm,
why most traders are very afraid of losses in every single trade.
mhm,
But right now, the way I see things like in trading now is that every time I lose is a learning opportunity. So I think that's one of the key things.
mhm,
The key things uh, eventually a trader would understand, like would really absorb. But I think that's one input that others should take away as well.
mhm. Yun lagi nga rin po sinasabi sa'kin ng mentor ko before na yung the way na nakikilala niyo yung sarili niyo sa trading, kakaiba compared to most other things that you do.
Yes, definitely.
So na-mention niyo sir that you trade, forex and PSE. Saan po kayo mas nagfo-focus or depende po kung anong, market conditions?
Mm, uh, I first found my consistency kasi of course, in systematic trading.
Mhm,
I first found my consistency trading forex and futures. So futures can be agriculture, commodities,
mhm,
indices, ganun. And as I became consistent with that portfolio, I decided to expand further, which is opening a separate another portfolio in the stock market, and then in the another portfolio for the forex market, and another portfolio in the crypto market. So as of now, I won't like to say I trade every market, pero as of now, I do trade a lot of markets basically.
hmm. Pero interesting sir 'no, pareho tayo. Una rin ako nakahanap ng consistency surprisingly, because of forex more so than
Mm.
PSE. Kasi yung discipline na rini-require sa'yo ng forex iba, eh. Parang kung wala kang discipline, as you mentioned po kanina, puwede ka talagang masunog ng isang araw lang tapos buong account mo sabog na or kalahati na account mo sabog na.
Yeah, in forex kasi there's leverage eh, unlike
Yeah.
stocks. Yeah, there's none. So in stocks, pwede mawala half ng pera mo in one day. Sa forex, you can lose 100% in less than a few seconds. So if you
Mhm,
don't know how to handle leverage, yung mga units. So in here, 1,000 shares baliwala. Pero dun sa Forex, 1,000 units, 1,000 lots, sabog na yung portfolio mo instantly. So yeah, I think that's one, yeah, yun yung talagang kailangan na malaman, hopefully not in a hard way sa mga new traders.
Yeah, kasi madalas people just want to look at the upside. We forget to look at the downside, ta's magugulat na lang tayo when the downside does happen.
Yeah, definitely.
So na-mention niyo po kanina sir na yung kaya niyo naisipan unang mag-trade was it was a part of your studies in, college. So
Mm.
outside of the monetary aspect of trading initially, ano po ba yung ibang aspect or aspects ng trading that appealed to you?
I think it's really about the ano, yung the charts, eh. Kasi before charts look cool lang, eh, mga astig yung charts, eh. And then
Mhm,
learning how to interpret it was a fascination. It was a puzzle for you to learn how to solve, mga puzzles. But of course, that time wala pang idea ng probability.
mhm,
So that was one of the things that really got me into trading. But before kasi nung 2014, 2015, it was really just a monetary goal lang, eh.
mhm,
So that's why I didn't take it seriously no mga 2 years. So yeah, but then I think that's one of the things, like, for I think for all traders, most or
mhm,
all traders, that the way, for example, like the reason why I trade now is not the reason why I first started trading. So for some trade they want to trade para maging full-time trader, para ma-quit yung job nila and so on, para
mhm,
maging source of income. Yun yung mga marinig mo talaga, eh, in majority of the time. But then as you go through trading throughout the months and years, you realize that trading uh is more than just this, yung mga goals, it's all about the process. So dun nag-shift yung meaning on what, dun ako na-lure sa trading talaga.
mhm,
Is when I first experienced my major loss, or around -50%.
mhm,
That time it was very hard kasi nung family business namin, it wasn't doing very well, tapos wala pa akong stable income,
mhm,
and at the same time undergraduate pa ako, so it was really a very tough time. But when I started seeing myself deeper into my losses, who I am as a trader,
mhm,
doon ko talaga na-appreciate yung trading, na the principles you learn in trading can really give you continuous growth and cycle towards personal development. So
mhm,
basically, personal growth. And of course, the faster you grow, the bigger your business can become, and of course, the better your results can be. So that's what got me first into trading, yung
mhm,
the charts, mga indicators, mga ganun. But then as you go into trading, those reasons change, those why change, and the reason why I trade now is not because of the money, but because of but because of the endless learning opportunity, the things I will learn from my losses, and also to myself,
mhm,
until I grow old, hanggang hanggang sa maging 60 or 70. That's one of the things I trade now, is
mhm.
what fascinates me is the amount of learning you will always learn in trading, outside of the goal or amount,
Yes.
I should say.
Mhm, 100% agree 'no, talagang sobrang parang walang katapusan. We can grow old and die, and then the market will keep going, and then there will always be something new to learn, something new to do, something new to study.
Yes, tama.
Kayo ba sir, did you study yung self-study lang po ba kayo, to learn how to trade, or did you have like a mentor or friends or someone that served as an inspiration or guidance to you during your trading journey?
Yeah, I do contribute most of my learnings from Rainer Teo, because
Mhm,
siya talaga ang naging mentor ko. And of course, I currently work for him right now,
mhm,
and throughout those years talaga is uh, I really contribute most of my growth to him.
mhm,
So it doesn't mean na I tried the same way as Rainer,
Mhm.
Rainer Teo, my mentor. But he helped me become the best, really become the best version of myself. Kasi a lot of traders think na if you have a mentor, that means hahawakan niya yung kamay mo all throughout your trading journey. Like
Mhm.
siya magko-coach, "Hey, wag mo 'to gawin, wag mo ganyan." But that's not the case when it
Mhm.
comes to having a mentor. I think 90% of my mentorship with Rainer is observing him. Okay,
Mhm.
that's where I contribute most of my learnings is really observing him behind the scenes and in front of the scenes.
Mhm.
And 10% is really asking good questions. Kasi yung mga mentors natin, they are already successful eh. So they're not they're n- they are not mandated to
Mhm.
to really hand hold their hands into trading. So
Mhm.
but yes, most of the things I've learned is really they're really from Rainer as well. But of course, I don't copy what he does. I
Mhm.
don't exactly replicate his strategies, but we do trade differently. But if it weren't for the wisdom I've learned from him, I think I would still be stuck in the loop of strategy hopping talaga eh. So the but mostly okay,
Mhm.
mostly it's really about self application. Okay, that's what really matters eh. So yeah, I think it's also a way of self studying,
Mhm.
but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how smart you are in trading, eh, but what boils down to it is how fast you apply.
Mhm.
So that's so I think that's what I would call myself mostly is that I am a mostly self taught.
Mhm.
I applied a lot of things, but at the same time I do have the guidance and the mentorship. Mentorship along the way.
So when you say mentorship, sir, was it like an online course, or did you have serve like an internship with Boss Trainer? How did it go?
Mm, it was uh, actually when I first started working kay Rainer, eh. So I think I was his first employee back then eh. So
So this
when
was around 2018, 2017, mga ganun po?
yeah, I was that was around 2017 na actually. So
Mhm.
that was kasi when as an employee you do have the benefits na may access ka sa course,
Mhm.
those benefits. So that's where I became more engaged with him. And at the same time, when he has new things to upload or to post in his courses, syempre ako una nakakita.
Mhm.
And as I edit them, na-embed na rin sa utak ko yung mga teachings niya unconsciously, which so unconsciously, which in turn led to unconscious action. So hindi ko na namamalayan pala na I'm starting to model my mentor. So it's really
Hmm.
more it's really more of the environment eh, which leads to what you really feed your mind that what really matters. So so there you go.
Ah, Commercial break lang tayo, guys. Shout out kay Boss Rainer. If you guys don't know him, his material is really good. I'm going to link his site in the description box below. So everyone who has listened to this can know more about Boss Rainer, and you can check out his site, you can check out his YouTube to learn more of his material para mas alam nyo rin po yung sinasabi ni Boss Jet. Okay?
Yes, I
So,
highly recommend his works talaga. As in, when you of course, me having being into his premium courses and being well versed in his free content, I can tell you talaga yung mga free content niya talaga, the value is so huge talaga na what you would pay for sa
mhm.
mga courses yun talaga sa mga binibigay niya information sa blogs and YouTube niya. So that's one thing I'm really grateful of sa community ngayon eh.
Pero may na-mention kayo, sir, nun, yung about hand-holding. I wasn't going to ask this, pero it's just that it's something that I'm very passionate about din. Kasi napapansin ko, a lot of traders, uh, their definition of being taught how to trade is bibigyan sila ng, for lack of a better term, mga tips. Parang sasabihin lang sa kanila ng mga mentor nila, oh, trade this, sell at X, buy at Y. cut at Z or whatever, 'di ba? Pero na-mention niyo na yung sa inyo po talaga yung journey niyo walang hand-holding. Feeling niyo
Mhm.
ba, mas makabubuti talaga sa trader na kasi I'm always willing to admit that I'm wrong, eh. But do you feel na mas nakabubuti sa mga trader yung gano'ng approach, yung mentor mo, he's there to teach you, but he's not there to make money for you. He's there to answer questions, but he's not there to trade on your behalf. Or mas
Mhm.
mas okey po yung talagang every step of the way, "O sige ganito hahanapin mo muna, kailangan kunyari, I don't know, magbe-breakout sa MA50 or something, then you, nabili mo ba o nabenta mo ba or whatever." What do you think?
In this case, what I would definitely say is that, of course, what some traders miss as well is that the effectiveness of your strategy lies on the user. Which means that the effectiveness of the strategy lies in the mindset of its user. Because yes, my mentor would say you should use this indicator or so, but do you know the reason why na ginagamit niya indicator? Do you know the reason why he uses that period? Why not this indicator? Why not that indicator? Or why this trading methodology?
Mhm,
So what's going to happen is that if you don't if even if you copy the same strategies of your mentor, if you don't know if you don't know his mindset, the why he uses that system, even though nakokopyahin mo, there's a high chance that your results would still be different. Kasi I think that's one of the reasons why like uh, a lot of traders, they will copy somebody's strategy. Tapos pag may simpleng losing streak lang, they will blame ng mga mentors, mga ganon.
mhm,
That's why one of the things, one of the things I really appreciate about my mentor is that he's not trying to make me become a duplicate copy of him.
mhm,
He's trying to make me become the best version of myself. And to me, that's one of the most important things. Kasi in trading, it's really all about taking responsibility. So what if, for example, you've had a loss 20%? You can't blame it to your mentor. You can't blame it to your coach. Nakasalaan nila bakit nagka-loss ka, because it is your responsibility. It is your money.
mhm,
And if we lose, if we lose if we lose our power to take responsibility, we lose our power to change. Okay, kasi like for example lang like in the stock market, like nag-gap down sa cut loss mo,
mhm,
you have two option. It's either you will look for information to blame, okay, mga news, nagmura si Duterte, or nag-tweet si Elon Musk, nag-tweet si Elon Musk. You can do those things. Or the second thing you can do is to learn from that trade. How could I have managed that trade better? Could I
mhm,
have reduced my position size? So because that's the thing, it's really all about focusing on what we can control, which is ourselves. So overall, back to the question is that that's one thing I don't really encourage,
mhm,
is to really depend is to really depend on your mentor or coach to trade for you and so on, because it's overall it won't, yeah, siguro okay naman pag mga winning streak, but what if magkaroon ng losing streak, which all strategies will have, kasi
mhm,
all strategies don't work all the time. So when it goes to the losing streak, how will you handle it? Do you have the confidence to keep on trading? Because that's what really discipline is in trading. It's remaining consistent through good and bad times, to really play out your edge.
mhm,
So I think that's one of the things also that encourages me to keep on sharing sa community,
mhm,
especially in my profile. Halos wala kang makita talagang chart analysis. It's all just me trying to help you out, learn the process, learn new concepts, because in the end, it's this journey is really about you as a trader. Okay, it's not about anybody else. So it's best that you focus on that one.
mhm. Super agree, sir, 'no? Parang, a lot of, yung mga nagpo-post lang ng napakaraming charts na minsan di ko na mabasa ng matino lalo na kung kunwari punong-puno ng indicator, 'di ba? Um, hindi ko nafi-feel na talagang natututo ang ibang mga tao from it, eh. Iba pa rin kumbaga, I know kasi early on in my journey gano'n din ako, eh. I hop from strategy to strategy like you mentioned po kanina. And then when the strategy eventually hit a losing streak, like 3 losing streak, "Oh crap, this strategy is, trash. It's time to change." So you change your indicator, you change everything. But you're right, yung mga tinuturo niyo po kaya rin po ako na talagang priority ko po na invite yung ma-interview kasi yun po talaga feeling ko kailangang matutunan ng karamihan ng traders that a lot of traders refuse to accept that it's you who has to change. The strategy will work, eh. Any strategy will work up to a certain degree. But
Mhm.
if you're not ready to change, if that strategy doesn't suit you, then walang mangyayari.
Yeah, definitely.
Kayo po ba, sir, what type of trades do you typically do? Are you more of a scalper, a swing trader, position trader?
I'm more of a trend follower and momentum trader. So, I usually, yeah, of course, I've tried a lot of setups along the way, mga crossovers, mga pullbacks, mga ganon.
Mhm,
But out of all those things, I really found my comfort zone in and my sweet spot in into breakout setups. And of
hmm.
course, the way I manage my trade depends on that two methodologies: trend following or momentum. So those are the two identities I have, which is first, I am a systematic trend follower,
Mhm.
and second, I am a discretionary momentum trader. So those are the two things I mainly do right now.
Do you typically mix and match them for all the markets you trade or parang kunwari sa forex you mostly do momentum tapos sa PSE you mostly do trend following or talagang halo-halo po?
I would say it depends on the portfolio eh. On your
Mhm,
goal in the portfolio kasi kung maghahalo-halo ang identity mo sa isang portfolio, then of course your results may vary from time to time.
mhm,
So one strategy may carry the weight of the result rather than the other strategy. So I do have one systematic trading portfolio which is nandun lang, but
mhm,
I do have a second portfolio for discretionary momentum trading sa stock market
mhm.
and also another one in the forex market.
Okay. So, kasabi niyo nga sir, you've been trading for more or less 7 years now, on and off, yung lalo na sa simula 'no. Aside
Mm.
from yung nakuwento niyo pong drawdown of 50%, can you share some of your memorable, trading quote unquote "events" na nangyari po sa inyo? Yung talagang tumatak po sa inyo and nakatulong para ma-shape din po kayo moving forward?
Yeah, I think kasi at this stage, I try not to be attached on my trades eh. So
Mhm,
in this stage,
mhm,
yung mga trades na I try to be attached, I try to not to be infatuated to trade. So to me, one trade is just really a statistic, okay?
mhm,
But then I do have one trade na talagang tumatak sa akin, which is nung trade ko sa Bloomberg, I'm sorry, Bloomberry Resorts.
mhm,
I think that was in 2014, 2015, I believe. Uh, so what happened was that time kasi I didn't really knew what trading really was to trade properly.
mhm,
So what happened with Bloom is I bought that I think in the early stages, the mga August 2015 I believe,
mhm.
and I held that stock for almost mga 2 or 3 years.
Wow.
So, and okay, I held that stock for almost 3 years, I believe, only
Mhm,
to break even. So I bought that stock. Nagka-loss, hindi ko tinanggap yung losses. I just leave it there. I think that's one of the reasons why I stopped rent to keep my losses, to wait for my losses to break even.
mhm,
So I went into my own way until I sold it into almost break even after a few years. Now, when I started trading seriously noong 2016 nung sa forex, I um I I s- I started learning something from that trade. Na imagine what if I had cut my losses from as early as less after 2 to 3 months into that trade,
mhm,
and what if in between that 2 years, what could I have learned or how what trader could I have become kung kung tinanggap ko yung losses ko, I learn from my losses, I
Mhm.
look for a new earning opportunity. So to me, from 2015 to 2017, it's almost an opportunity cost. Eh. Like that trade, if only I continue trading in that gap of 2 years na hinold ko lang yung mga losses ko just to break even, how much could I have improved from back then, diba? So
Mhm.
I think that's only one of the memorable trades I remember. An opportunity cost.
Mhm.
Yes, break even. Okay, I was able to break even. Pero yung the cost, the opportunity cost, sobrang it's super expensive. Like there's a lot of things I could have missed. But of course, no regrets, and that's one of the reasons why I learned from it to tell you right now.
Mhm.
But yeah, I learned a lot from that trade.
So, yun po ba yung sinasabi niyo, sir, sa mga students niyo or sa mga natuturuan niyo or natutulungan niyo, yung mga talagang ayaw bumitaw, yung matagal na nakaipit, kunyari 1 year na nila hawak yung ano ba yung mga ipit ngayon, kaya APL or something, talagang matagal na nilang hawak, ayaw nilang bitawan, hinihintay nila na makabawi. Yun po ba yung sinasabi niyo sa kanila para ma-encourage niyo sila na mas makapag-move on lalo na sa future? Kasi ngayon siyempre kung ipit ka na, eh, wala na tayong magagawa, eh, 'di ba? Pero aside from that, may iba pa po ba kayong sinasabi sa kanila?
In that case talaga, I don't even try to encourage them. I just ask them the question, like, what if if you're willing to wait for this trade, siguro mga 3 months, 6 months, is that okay for you? Like, mga ganun. Sabi nilang, oo, then, alright, fine for me. They can just hold on into the losses. Kasi if you go back, I mean, if I were to go back into my state back then,
Mhm.
is that pag meron kang hold na malaking loss, you try to shield yourself from negative information. You try to shield, you try to uh, collect good information, yung mga news, yung mga projects ng company to justify your losses.
Mhm.
So, for those traders na holding into losses, they're justifying their losses. You know, at that point, you don't, you just don't try to convince them because you won't.
Mhm.
Okay, they really have a fixed mind already. So in that case, I just try to ask them and show them the possibility of, okay, if you what if what if you take this loss early and then start looking for a new opportunity? Do you think that would be better? So mga ganon. So at that point, I don't try to really encourage them or convince them na ibenta mo na yan because it's still their portfolio. But
That's true.
instead, at that point, I just try to show them the possibility. And if they cannot accept that possibility, the potential growth of them if they cut their losses early, then it's beyond me already. Uh, my responsibility na sa kanila na yun. But if they need help, of course, I will still be there
Mhm.
to answer their question. But yeah, at that point, I try not to convince them because kaya dyan nagbibriin yung mga breeding grounds ng mga hype, sa mga stock na pag ipit sila, they will try to convince other people na mag-buy din sila kasi tataas yan. But
Yep.
none of that, ipit din sila katulad mo. So, uh, I mean, not judging though, kasi I was also in that stage before. But yeah, I think that's what at that point it's really at that point it's really about trying to let people become aware of
Mhm.
who they are and what they want to be. So if they want to be in that state, hold lang hanggang sa mag-break even, then I'll just let them be.
And that was the end of part 1. I hope marami kayong natutunan, no, and na nag-enjoy kayo. And if so, I would really appreciate it if you give this video a like and consider subscribing to my channel. If you have any questions, please post them in the comment section below, and I promise I'll get back to you. Part 2 will be up in a little bit, probably in the next day or two. And until then, good luck and happy trading.